What's going on, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to part two of the project. Okay, so in this part two, we are going to start by designing the background that we're using for our dashboard. Okay, at the end of our analysis. All right. So basically, this is what we are going to design. Okay, so you can for Power BI. All right, you can design your background, your dashboard background in PowerPoint, and then can go ahead and import it into Power BI. You can actually do this in Power BI itself, but it uh I would say it's more time consuming in Power BI. Okay, so it's easier to do in PowerPoint. So as you can see, this is just a shape, like uh a rectangle. All right, so just come here. I'm going to pick. I'll just come here to insert. All right, you want me to insert? Okay, once you come here to insert, just pick this rectangle, then and draw it down. All right. So and then if you look at the shape format here, the height is 19.05 to 4.67. So this might change. All right. At times it depends on the width of the screen of your computer. Okay, so for me, this is the height 19.05, 4.67. Okay, so and that's what I'm going to use for this one too. So 19 point. So I'm trying to show you guys how you can also design the background, okay, in case you want to do it on your end. All right, so and then I see the width is 4.67. Okay, 4.67, 4.67. All right, so and that's it. Just place it properly, and then you can see the color used is this dark blue. Look at the shape format here. The fill, okay, is this blue, this dark blue. Okay, so dark blue. So just come here to your shape fill and make sure you remove the outline of the shape outline, say no outline. Okay, then shape fill is this deep blue here, you can see that, right? And then this is the ONX symbol, like symbol they use for ONX. Okay, so it's here, so I'm going to cut it from here, Control X, so I'll make it available for you guys. And just check the link in the description. I'll make sure I upload this PowerPoint for you guys. All right, so you can also practice along. So for this, coming to graphic format, the field, let's make it white. All right, as it's there. Then come here to insert a text box over here. All right, where you type in only, or what's that spelling? Okay, data challenge. All right, it's a challenge. Okay, so you can go ahead and reduce the font size, font color white. I see something like probably 13. Let's see 13, then try to expand this well. All right, so you can then bring this here. All right, okay, so you can see that is it. And then for this is just a line. It's a line. Okay, just come here to insert. You pick a line, insert, come here to your shapes, and you pick a line. Then you can make sure you hold your shift key while you draw the line, so that it be straight. Okay, you can hold your shift key to draw the line, so that your line will be straight. Okay, it's not, it doesn't look straight. Let's see. Okay, make sure you hold your shift key, then straighten it up. All right, and then as you can see here, the format, you can see the formatting. This is the length, so you can copy it on your end to 27.04, right? And then the field is simply, you come into the styles here, right? So just pick, so you can actually pick anyone you want to use. You don't have to use team color as this, all right? So you can actually use anyone you want to use. Okay, all right. So then as you can see, this is just an icon, a calendar icon. This is a text box, all right? You can see that. Just come here to, like you did here, you can even copy this, duplicate this, and then I'll just bring it here. But I want the font color now to be black. Okay, font color to be black. Then you type in your font, Onyx by Bakery Dashboard. All right, so then go ahead and put it in center. Okay, then you can also pick something, just pick a font that you want to work with. All right, you can go ahead and increase the font size. I mean, probably, let's see, this is too big. Let's see something like 28. All right, this is okay. Okay, you can see what you have here. All right, and then this is just an icon. Okay, you can see that the icon is over here, so you can copy that and use it here. Okay, and then again, this is just a text box here with the text current date. Okay, so you go ahead and do that inside this. Just changes to what, current date. Okay, so and then for this one, it's still the same thing. So just go ahead and pick this icon that I, like I said, I'll make sure that they are available for you guys to use too. Okay, so I'll upload them for you guys to use. So you just drag and drop. Okay, just copy them and paste it to where designing your dashboard background. Okay, so as you can see, for this is just an icon, and then this is a text box beside it. All right, so just you pick it, I can just duplicate this. All right, Ctrl D, and then you bring it here beside it and change this text to what, total records. All right, so I'll just try to speed up the video, all right, and do this behind the scene. Okay, and then you can proceed. All right, so as you can see now, the background is set. All right, so it says, then go ahead and you can either, okay, come here to file, okay, see, save as, okay, let me show you guys how you can, okay, instead of coming to save as, just come here to export. Okay, export. So you can, you can select this and select change file type. Okay, then you can either use the JPEG or the PNG. Okay, so for me, I'm going to use the PNG. All right, just double click on it. Okay, and then it will bring you to where you want to save this. Okay, so you can give it a name and call it, let's call it, I'll just call it background. Okay, and save. So just this one. Okay, I just want this one in picture, so I'll just go with just this one. All right, so guys, that is it for the background. So we'll go ahead now and try to create our measures. Okay, so I'll explain what measures mean when we get back into Power BI. Okay, so let's get straight to that. All right, guys, yeah, so we are back into Power BI now. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to, this is where we'll create our visualization. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is to, first of all, is import. Okay, I'll go ahead and import the background that we just designed. All right, so to do that, you make sure you click here, come here to the format, the background, okay, canvas background, okay. I'll browse for an image, then I'll pick it, click open, okay. Then here you pick fit, then transparency 0%, okay. And that is what we have, right? So the next thing we'll do now is to go ahead and create our measures, okay. Go ahead and create our measures. So to create my measures, what I always do is I try to create a separate table where I will like add all my measures, okay. So that was what my mentor taught me to. That will basically help in making your work neat, okay, and well organized, okay. So I'm going to come here to click over here to enter data, okay. So I'll call the table measures, okay, or let me call it all, or I'll call it calculated measures, okay. Then click on load. All right, so let's wait for it. All right, so the table has been added here. Now, as you can see now, there's a column there. I don't need this column, but I will not remove it now. I will remove the column when I've added some measures. So if you talk about measures in Power BI, they are simply aggregations like sum of profit, sum of revenue, number of customers, something like that, okay. That's what we call measures, okay. So I'll come here, right click, I'll click on new measure to add a new measure to that table. So I'll zoom in. So the first thing I'm going to calculate is the total revenue, okay. The total revenue. So the total revenue. So to get the total revenue now, I'm simply going to use the sum function, okay. So basically use the sum function. All right, so sum. Now what do you want to sum? I want to sum the revenue. So the revenue, so I want to sum up the revenue column of the fact table. So that will give us the total revenue. Click enter, and then so let's see. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to name this to revenue or call it total revenue, okay, revenue. All right, so click enter. You can see it here, it has reflected here. I'll click on this. This should be currency. I don't want any decimal points to be there, so I'll go ahead and remove the decimal point, okay, and that is it. Then I can now remove this column now. Right click on it and delete from model, okay. Yes, delete from model, because there's something there. Then there's not something in the table, there's not a measure in the table we added, okay. So I can go ahead and move that column. So next thing, add a new measure. The next measure I want to add now is the total number of records. So we want to know the total number of records that we have. Now by records, what do we mean by record? If you look at the table form, if you look at our fact table here, all right, each of these, this is an order, okay. This order is a record, this order is also a record, this is also a record. So each of these are records, all right. So to get the total number of records that the pie bakery got, okay, like the total number of records the pie bakery has so far, you simply go ahead and count the number of rows for this table, okay. So once you do that, as they add new entries into this table, all right, everything will automatically update, okay. So I'm going to come here to add new measure. So for total records now, okay, so total records, total records, total records, records. All right, so for that I'll use count rows. count rows function, and then I'll put in a fact table. Okay, so this should count in the total number of rows I have in the fact table. Okay, so and then this will be a number, so I just come here and add a comma. Okay, add a comma to it. Now the next measure I want to create now is I want to get if you check the description of the video, right, we're basically trying to do analysis for the latest 2 years, the past 2 years for this bakery. But if you come here to our calendar table, okay, we didn't even add the year column, so let's go ahead and add a column to the calendar table, column for the year. Okay, new column, so new column, I'll call it year now, year or years, right there. Just calendar, let me zoom in so you can see better. Calendar table date, all right, date column, then year, right, click enter. Good, you can see that. All right, so you can see that this data contains 3 years, 2019, 2020 and 2021. But the goal of the analysis is that we should get insights, all right, for them for only the past 2 years. Okay, so if you check the description of the video, you see there, right? So that's the aim. So I'm going to add a new measure for the revenue. You know, we already got the total revenue, all right, for all the 3 years. Okay, now I want to go ahead and get the revenue for 2020 and also the revenue for 2021. Okay, so to do that, I'll come here again, add new measure. So I'm going to add, I'll call this revenue 2020. Okay, 2020. Let's start with that. So to do that, I'm going to use my calculate function. Okay, calculate function, calculate. Now I will give it an expression, and then the expression I'm going to give it is the total revenue that I already calculated. Okay, comma. Now I want to filter out, I don't want the total revenue, I only want the part of the revenue, the part of the total revenue that was brought in the year 2020. Okay, so I'm going to type in where the calendar calendar table years, okay, equals 2020. So I'll filter that out, click on enter. Okay, this is currency, no decimal, I don't want decimal for it. Okay, then I'll do the same thing for 2021, new measure. So this will be revenue, revenue 2021. Okay, use the calculate function, calculate. Okay, gives an expression which is what the total revenue. All right, now I'm filtering out again, so that will be where the calendar table year equals what, 2021. Okay, click enter. So I've gotten the revenue for 2020 and I've also gotten the revenue for 2021. Right, now if you look at what we have here, right, we want to add the current date. Okay, so the current date is talking about the date for today. So if you go ahead and open this work tomorrow, it should be showing you the date for tomorrow. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to add a new measure for that. So new measure, call that the current date, which will be, to do that, the function for that is today. So this gives us the current date. Okay, current date, and then you can come here and pick the format for it. You can just go ahead and pick the short date, something like this. I think I'll just go with this short date. Okay. Now I also want to add a new measure for the last transaction date. Now, what do I mean by the last transaction date? If you come here to the calendar table, okay, if you look at it from here, sorry, calendar table, minimize this for now. So then the calendar table, if you look at this, all right, this was the earliest date, not the latest, like the earliest date when the bakery started selling. All right, so the earliest date, is that earliest? I don't know. I think it should be, is it latest or so, but the oldest date is this. Okay, now we want to add a measure that will show us the newest date. Okay, the newest date. So to do that, I'm going to use, let me show you guys how to do that. So new measure, so we call it the last transaction date in our data. Okay, last transaction date. So I'm going to use the max function. So I want to get the max function from the fact table order day. So the highest, the max. If you want to get the oldest date in your data, then you use what? The minimum. All right. Now, but this time around, you want to get the newest transaction date, the last transaction date. Okay. So I'll use the fact table order date. Okay. Click enter. So that is that for the last transaction date. Okay. And then I also want to add a new measure for the average revenue. So we want to see the average revenue, average revenue. To do that, just use your average function. Okay, average, and pass in the revenue column of your fact table. Okay, currency, probably I can use two decimal places for that. Okay, so now we've created some measures. Now let's go ahead and try to bring them into our dashboard. Okay, so let's get straight to that, guys. All right, guys, so let's go ahead with that. So the first one I'm going to add is, just watch my steps. Okay, I'm going to come here to insert. I'll add the text box. Okay, text box. So here I'll type in last transaction date. Okay, then I'll increase the font. Okay, I can make it bold. Do I have to make it bold? I don't have to make it bold. Okay, so you can do whatever you want to do. You just pick anyone you want to use. Okay, for me, I'll go ahead and use this one. Okay, I want this in center. Okay, try to resize it properly and then drag it here. So I'll drag it here. Okay, now last transaction date. Yeah. Okay, you can see that this has a background, kind of. So come to properties, go to effect, and turn off the background. All right, of the text box. Okay, give it, yes, last transaction date. So now we need to bring in this date that we created this measure. Okay, so to do that, I'll add a card. So this is the card here, the card in Power BI, and then I'll bring in the last transaction date. Okay, so you can see what you have here. Okay, uh I'll, I'll click on the date and try to pick the format I want. I want the short date, just the short date. Okay, and I don't want this labeling again. Okay, so I just come into format and turn off the category label. Okay, try to format this card properly. Now you can see that this card is not transparent. Okay, so I'm going to come here to format general effect and turn off the background of the card. Okay, you see what we have now. Can resize it properly, size, and then try to bring it here, and I'll come here to format the color value to reduce the size of that disk. Okay, resize. Yes, this is good. Then I can go ahead and resize the card. Okay, resize. Good. This is what I want to have. All right, nice. So you can see that. So looking at the dashboard, you can see the last transaction date in the data. It was on the 30th of November 2021. All right. So, and then I also, for the current date, so I'll just duplicate Ctrl C, Ctrl V for this card to save my time and bring in the current date that we had here. So I'll remove this and select the current date here. See, you can see that. So you can see that this video is being recorded on the 3rd of 6th of March, okay, 2023. That is why the current date is this. Okay, and then next thing I'm going to add now is the revenue. So I'll duplicate this, try to drag it here. So the revenue for 2020. Okay, revenue for 2020, revenue for 2020. Okay, go and remove it from here. You can resize. Okay, I'll copy this card, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So we basically use the card visual. You want to visualize a single value. Okay, as you can see, this is a single value, so I'm using the card visual. All right, so come here. I don't want this. All right, so I want it to be the revenue for 2020. Okay, revenue 2020. All right, and then I'll also copy this for revenue 2021. Okay, revenue 2021. All right, so I'll duplicate this as you can see. Okay, so I want this to be revenue for 2021. Okay, so this should be in currency form, and I don't want decimal for it, so 0. Okay, good. Now I can go ahead and bring the total records. Okay, the total records that we have. So before I do that, I'm going to reduce this further reduce this, because I want to place, I would like to place the total record card here. Okay, so because of space, I'll go ahead and reduce this further. So probably you can use 15 is too small. Maybe let me see, color value, no, 20, maybe 20. Okay, so come here, revenue, color value 20. Okay, so you can either copy, I'll just copy the format enter and paste it here. Okay, good. Now for the total record, now I'll copy this card here. I'm bringing the total record, and we already have it here, which is what the total records over here. I see that we have 2,773 records in there. Okay, so let me increase the font for this. Okay, sorry, colored value. I'll go ahead and increase the font. Maybe I should just use 30. So you can use whatever font size you're okay with. So now I will go ahead again and duplicate this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and bring this here. So the total quantity. Now I need a measure for total quantity. We have not done that. So, but before that, let me bring in total revenue. Total revenue. Okay. Total revenue, and then also the average revenue. So for this, I'm going to remove this decimal from here. You can leave it if you want, but for me, I'm not going to use it. So for the average revenue, I'm going to remove this and add the average revenue. Okay, so this is the average revenue. You can try to like resize it properly. All right, so we are gradually getting there. Okay, so now we need to go ahead now and add some visuals here. Okay, add some visuals to make the dashboard look really nice. Okay, but before I forget, I said we want to add a measure for total quantity. Okay, so a new measure for the total quantity. Total quantity. Total quantity. All right, so for that I'm going to use sum. So I'll just type in quantity. Okay, enter, and right there we have it already. So I'm going to bring it in, remove this and bring it, remove this first and bring it in here. So let me add, format this, give it a comma. So this is the total quantity we have there. Right, good. So let's go ahead and add some visuals to our dashboard now. Right, so let's get straight to that. If you are still here watching this video, you're amazing. Okay, so make sure you hit the like button. Okay, hit the subscribe button, and then you can drop a comment if you have any question so far. All right, but make sure you give the video a like so that more people can get to see the video. Okay, and then you can also subscribe to the channel for future educational videos. All right, okay, so guys, behind the scene I've done some formatting here. I'm trying to like divide the page into different sections, okay, where I can add the visuals. So this is not difficult to do. So just come here to insert, all right, and come here to shape. Just pick a line here. Okay, this is the line here. Then try to uh format it. Okay, format the line. You give it the color you want to give it, and then you can drag it, all right, and then into, if you want it to this long, you drag it this way. Okay, so drag it and try to also do this on your hand. All right, so now let's go ahead and add the visuals that we want to add. All right, so the first visual I'm going to add a bar chart here, a clustered bar chart here. Okay, and this will contain the pie flavor. Okay, I want to see the flavor of the pies by revenue. So to do that now, I'll drag the total revenue to the let me add it on the okay, see what you have now on the x-axis, all right, and then the pie flavor. So you come here to your dimension pie flavor table and drag this to your y-axis, all right. You can see what you have now. So each of the flavors are here, all right, and then the revenue is here. Now let's go ahead and format this visual. So I come here to the y-axis. I want to make the font bold, make it black, right? You can increase the font if you want to, okay. And then for the x-axis, I'm going to okay for the x-axis over here, I'm going to turn it off actually, because I'll turn it off and then I'll go ahead and turn on the data labels here, all right. Then for the data labels, I'll try to make them data labels, the values, try to make them bold and dark enough, okay. They try to like increase the font a bit. So and then you can see this total revenue here. I don't want it, okay. I'll go ahead and I just come over to x-axis and turn on the title, okay. I'll do the same thing for the y-axis, turn on the title here. I don't want this, all right. So even for the chart, I come here to general and turn on the title of the chart, okay. So I'm going to add this by myself. Just copy from here a okay, just call this pie flavor or gross revenue by flavor, okay, something like that. Gross revenue by flavor, okay. You can see that. So the gross revenue by pie, you can add pie flavor if you want to, but I'm okay with this. So that is that for this, and then you can drag it down somewhere here and all right, okay, good. Now you can see that I've added a circle here, a blue circle here, just to make the dashboard look a little bit fancy, okay. To do that, just come here to insert, like we did before. Just come here to insert shape and pick a circle, all right. Hold your shift key and try to resize it properly, okay. Hold your shift key and try to resize it properly, all right. And then can you see that it's not something difficult to do, all right. And then come here to style it, come here to style and change the color to what you want it to be, okay. Hold your shift key and try to resize it, and then you can also turn on the border, okay. Turn on the border and see what you have there. So that's how you can do that, all right. So the next visual I'm going to add is a line chart. I want to add the monthly trend of revenue, okay. The monthly trend of revenue. So I'll add the line chart here. I'm going to put it over here, all right, right here, right here, okay. So I'm bringing in the month from the calendar table, the month, okay. I'll bring the month to my x-axis, all right, and then the total revenue I'll drag it to my y-axis, okay. So this will give me, now if you see what we have here, there's a problem, right? The months are not well arranged. So I'm going to come back here to the calendar table here, see the month. So I'm going to click on sort column by month number, okay. Sort by month number, and then come back here, take the month away, and then bring them back to y-axis, x-axis, I mean. Now you can see that it has been fixed, okay. So I'll now go ahead to format this chart, general, Okay, I'll turn up the title. Okay, that's because I'm planning to add it by myself. So I'll just copy this from here. Control C, Control V. Okay, bring it here and monthly monthly trend of revenue. Okay, monthly trend. All right, good. So I can also copy this. All right, and put it over there. All right, good. Not replaced. Something like this. Yeah. Okay, and then good. So now I'm going to format this chart now. I'm going to take up for the y-axis. I'll take up the title. I don't really need it. For the values, I'll try to make it dark and bold enough to see. Okay. For the x-axis, do the same thing. Make them bold enough. Oh nope, I don't want bold. Okay. Because of the space, you can see that. Okay. And maybe increase then turn on the title. Okay, let's make it bold now. All right, so good. And then grid lines, I don't want grid lines at all. I don't want grid lines. Good, and that is it. Now I might also want to add some markers. Probably come here to markers, turn them on. Yeah, good, nice. This is nice now. All right, so gradually our dashboard is taking shape. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a donut chart. Okay, a donut chart for the pie type. Okay, the pie type. We have the sorry, we have the organic and inorganic. Okay, so I'm going to add a pie chart for that. So copy this. So type the pie type by revenue. Okay, try to shape this properly. You can see what we have there. So I'm going to add a donut chart now. So for this donut chart, I want to have the pie type. Okay, I think we use kind here for the organic and yeah, we use kind. So I'm going to drag this to legend. All right, and then for the values now, I'm dragging in what the total revenue right to values. Okay, total revenue to values. So see what you have there. So I'm going to format this again. General, turn on the title. The legend. I'm going to turn up the legend. Don't worry, I'll show you guys what we can do to that. We'll find our way around it. And then for the labels, I'll turn it off. All right, and see what we have over here. Okay, I try to resize it properly. Now, we are not going to add. So I'll copy this and bring it here. Hey, come on, that's not what I'm doing. So bring it over here. Try to resize it properly. Okay, so if I hover over this, you can see that this is for what? Organic. Okay, and this is for what? Sorry, this is for inorganic, because as you can see, we're having a node here. So here it is organic. Okay, so I'll duplicate this. Okay, for the style now, the field should be this blue. Okay, so to show this, then this for this. All right. So now we need to get, as you can see, when you hover over this, the revenue for organic is, for inorganic is showing there, and then when you hover over these two, you can also see the revenue for organic there, right? For the organic, the pie that contains organic ingredients. Okay, so I'm going to add a new measure. So this will be for the revenue for organic. So I'll call this revenue organic. Okay, and that I'll use my calculate function. Okay, and then the expression I'll give it to be the total revenue. Okay, the total revenue. Now I want to filter out where the pie kind, right? We use kind. Okay, where the, that means kind, where this dimension for pie kind. Okay, where it is, okay, pie kind organic equals no. Okay, so this one is for the inorganic. Okay, so I'll copy this code again. I'll copy this code and use it to also get the revenue for the organic. This is revenue for inorganic. Hope you get the point now. So let me format that decimal point. I don't want decimal point 0. Okay, so under new measure, so revenue, sorry, I think I mixed it up. For this no, this should be for inorganic, not organic. Yeah, because if I check the no, organic no, so this should be for inorganic. Okay, inorganic. So the new measure for the organic now, so just go ahead and paste the formula I copied, revenue organic. So this now be yes. Good. So I'm going to bring in a card here. Okay, a card that where I'll put in the revenue. As you can see, this color is for what? The inorganic. Okay, so I'll bring in revenue for inorganic. As you can see, it is what? Approximately $82,000. All right. So we try to reduce the size. There you go. Too small in it. Let's see 15. You can drag it here. Okay, so duplicate it and bring in the revenue for the for the organic. Okay, let me format that. All right, good. So as you can see, that is it. All right, and then I will also add the percentage. So the percentage revenue that was generated from the inorganic pie. Okay, from the pie that contained inorganic ingredients. All right, so the percentage, you can see that if you hover here, you can actually see it, but we want to add it here. Just make our dashboard look fancy and not too basic. Okay, you get the point. So I'm going to add a new measure. Okay, new measure. So percentage revenue in organic. Okay, so I'll use my divide function. Divide. Then I want the inorganic revenue divided by the total revenue. Simple math. Okay, then alternate result should be 0, just in case there's 0 division error. Okay, so and then I'll format that to be in percentage, no decimal. Okay, so go ahead, remove this and add this. So right. So we go ahead and do this. Okay, add a new measure. So for what now? Percentage is this one was for, this is for organic. All right, so percentage organic now. Okay, let's say percentage revenue for organic. All right, go ahead and use my divide function. Divide. So the method will be the revenue for organic divided by the total revenue. Alternate result gave me 0. Okay, then I'll go ahead and make this percentage no decimal point. Okay, all right, so I can bring this in revenue, bring this in. All right, I said no decimal, percentage no decimal. All right, good. So and then if you look at this, you don't know what this column is until you come on over here. All right, so I hear that this is for organic, so you can just copy one of these text box. Okay, one of these. So in organic. Okay, maybe you can just use small font there, then try to reduce this size, probably make it bold. Sorry. Good. And then you can just drag it here. All right, make sure you use a nice font. Okay, this is not too good, but try to speed up the video. Then now so organic. Good. And that is it. Next. All right, so let's go ahead and add another donut chart, but this time around here for this is going to be for the revenue by the pie size. We have some pies are ordered as whole and some as sliced, so I'm trying to resize this. Okay, so I'm going to remove this and bring in the size. Okay, pie size here. Okay, so you can see that people majorly ordered for the whole pie. Okay, the whole pie, so the whole size pie, yeah, something like that. So that is English. So we go ahead and repeat the same thing that we did here. Okay, so we add let's start with that first. New measure. So we want to add, come on, so the revenue for the whole, for the OPI, so that be the calculate function. All right, calculate the total revenue, but I want to filter it out for where the pie size equals, so this is for whole, right? So equals whole. Okay, and then I'll copy this. I'm going to copy this, add under new measure, so the revenue for the slice, now revenue for the sliced pie. All right, so this slice now, let's find out. So I'll come here to, I want to confirm the whether it is slice or slice. Okay, pie size, consider that is slice. Okay, so because if you input sliced into your code or DAX, okay, you're not going to get the right thing. Okay, so now what do we do now? Let's try to make sure that this is well formatted. So currency, okay, and no decimal. Okay, so for this one, currency, no decimal. All right, see that? So I'm just going to copy all of this, bring this here. Okay, so this light, this what do I have here? Okay, this is for slice, this color for slice. Okay, so that means, so this, I'm going to have to drag this to the side a bit so I can copy this. So this might take your time, but just try to, do it properly. Okay, so I'm dragging the right. Okay, so this should be here. Then this should be here now. Okay, good. And then I also drag this now. Good. So make sure you're following, don't just watch the video. Okay, just try to also solve along. That's why I added the data, so you can also practice along. Okay, that's how to learn, right? And make sure you give the video a thumbs up, right, so that more people can get to see this video. Okay, good. Try to arrange this properly when you're doing your own. Okay, now this is a card now. All right, so for this color is for the whole, right? The whole. So I'm going to remove this and bring in revenue for whole. Okay, then for this is revenue for sliced. Okay, let me take it up a bit. So revenue for sliced, Okay, now let's go ahead and do something like this too. Okay, for them, control Z. All right, so new measure. Okay, new measure. No. Sorry about this. I want to add a new measure. New measure. Okay, so we want to get the percentage percentage revenue for slice pie. Okay, so that will be divide function. Okay, so a slice divided by the total revenue. Okay, alternate result. So I'm going to convert this to a percentage and then 0. Next now we'll do the same thing for the whole now, the whole. Okay, new measure, new measure. Let's see. So percentage revenue, percentage revenue for the whole pie. So this is going to be divide function. So whole by the total revenue. Okay, then alternate result is 0. So let's enter, then go ahead and convert this to percentage. Okay, no decimal. Very good. So percentage, this is for the whole. Okay, percentage revenue for the whole slice. So that majority of the revenue is coming from the whole slice. Okay, people prefer to order the whole slice compared to a slice. So just 10% coming from here. All right, so I'm going to copy this and bring it here. So this is for whole. And this here is for slice. So when you're doing your own, make sure you add my god. Okay, space them out. Okay, as you can see that they're too close to space them out. All right, then okay, and then I'm going to drag this here. Okay, so this is pie size by revenue. Pie size by revenue. Okay, good. So you can see that gradually the dashboard is taking shape. Okay, it's taking shape. Lastly, now we want to know the total amount. Okay, the total revenue generated from the order types. Okay, from the order types. So let's do that. Order type, yeah, by order type. Okay, so for let's use this for pre-order, this one for install purchase. Okay, pre-order, then install purchase. Pre-order, pre-order, so install. Okay, now what do we do next? Now I'm going to add new measure. So this will be for, this is the revenue generated from pre-order ordering. Okay, so I'm just going to use the calculate function, total revenue. So now we are filtering out that part for, so order type. Now order type equals install. Now you have to know the way it was spelled. Okay, but let's just try to write something. If it's not correct, we correct it. If we come back to correct it, install. Let's confirm that from here. So I'll come here, to the order type here. And here it is install capital S, right? Let's see what we just added. Revenue for pre-order, right? Okay, pre-order. It's even pre-order, not install yet. It should be pre-order. Since we are calculating the revenue for pre-order, right? So pre-order. Then go ahead and convert that to currency form, currency, and then no decimal. Okay, no decimal point. Okay, that's the revenue from pre-order, right? And then we also add a new measure. Okay, a new measure for the revenue gotten from install. Now install. Okay, so the revenue that was generated from install purchases. Okay, so that will be use your calculate function. Sorry, calculate function. All right, the total revenue. All right, then we want to filter out where the order type equals what now? Install, right? Install. Okay, All right, so just use a card. Control, copy this card from here, bring it here. So for pre-order now, revenue from pre-order, consider it's empty. It's empty, right? So let's see what is wrong. So pre-order, calculate where probably the spelling is wrong. Let's check. Just come here to confirm its dimension order type. All right, where is it? This is pre-order. Spells it well. So let's see what could be wrong. Okay. So calculate total revenue where the order type is. Well, actually, if you look at this, there's an error here. This should not be order type ID. It is order type itself. Okay. So let's see how you can correct that. It should be this, not order type. Okay. Now click enter now. That's all you have. Let me see. Pre-order calculate function, total revenue, dimension, order type, where it equals to pre-order. I mean, do this first. Then let's try to bring it in again. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we don't want this, right? We want the pre-order, right? Revenue from pre-order, come on. Revenue from pre-order, still order ID, not ID. Type ID again. Dimension, no. I think I'll just type this all over again. Yeah, order type, dimension, order type, ID, no, not ID, not ID, order type. Oh, look at that. Should have been this. Sorry about that. So at times you get to encounter this kind of errors. Just try to check your code and make sure you're doing the right thing. Okay. Control C, Control V, Control Z. I want to copy this. So you can see the amount that was generated from the pre-order. All right. Then this one is for in-store revenue from in-store. It will be empty too because we copied the wrong thing. Okay, so should be this. Okay, as you can see that. All right, and that's it. So let's do like we have been doing. Get the percentages. Control C. So for this, I'm going to add a new measure again. So just to get the percentages, all right. New measure, percentage. So percentage revenue for the pre-order. So that will be with my divide function. The pre-order divided by the total revenue. That's what I have here. Then I'm going to convert this percentage. No decimal. No decimal. Okay. Next, remove this from here. We want the percentage revenue for pre-order. All right. So that's it, guys. Then for this, so let's go ahead and add a new measure. So this is the last measure. Okay. So guys, if you've learned something, honestly, give the video a like. Okay. Subscribe to the channel. All right. I'll be posting more of these videos. Okay. So make sure you subscribe. All right. Okay. So this will be percentage, where percentage revenue for the in-store purchase. Okay. So that will be my divide function. The in-store. What you disable it with? Revenue in-store. Revenue in-store divided by the total revenue. Okay. Alternate result 0. So this alternate result is basically just in case there's an error in division. Just in case total revenue is 0. Okay. Instead of getting an error, you get 0. In math, you can't divide with 0. Okay. You get 0 division error. Okay. To avoid that error, that is why we are entering this as the alternate result. Okay. Then it's done now. So I'm going to also convert it to percentage. So I'm going to remove this. Good. We are done, guys. Very, very good. So that's it. Now we are going to add slicers. Okay. We're going to add slicers to our data. So to do that, I'm just going to come over here, slicer. So let's add slicers for the pie type. So I'll come here, expand this, the pie type now, the kind, right? Either organic or inorganic. So I'll drag this to here. Okay. So the pie type, the size, sorry, I don't want to use this. I want to use the size. Okay, so anyone come here can see this to be either so. What I'll do is I'll come here to format this. I'll turn up the header. Alright, I'll turn it off and then go into settings. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do something like this. Something like this is okay. And then for the values now, I'm going to make them bold. Okay, and then the background. I'm going to turn on the back, give it the same kind of color. I want this to have this kind of color. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, the border, let me see. Remember, you're trying to format it to look nice. Okay, still trying it. Let's format the values, background, color. So I'm just going to use the color code. Okay, now the font color, let's try to make it white. Okay, now I need to take this off from here, this white. Let's click on it. Come here. It's a general. No effects. Right, turn on the background. Good, very good. This is what I'm trying to do. So if you click this, right, all of the dashboard will be sliced down to only affect. Okay, so what you are seeing here is the dashboard report for only the slice 5 sales. Okay, when you click here, you see the information for what only the slice the old buy sales. Okay, that is what this slider is basically doing. Okay, so now you can click again to take that off. All right, so to put a label in here, I'm just going to do something like this. Let me try to resize it properly. All right, so you can basically copy this over here, so like that here. Okay, and then I'm going to turn the font to white, font color to white, then rename this to 5 types. Size, let's see size, or you can use size ordered. All right, okay, still 80% the same information. Okay, see what we are doing now. We're almost done. All right, so we also add slicers for the order types. Okay, so I'll just copy this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Now drag it down here. I'm going to take this away from here and bring in the order type to the field. Good. Okay, you can now come here and copy this. Instead of doing this over again, just save your time. Okay, to order type. Order type. Very good, guys. So then you can also copy this here and bring it here. So you can just copy this one. Nice. So good. Now you can see that our dashboard is looking pretty nice. All right, looking okay. Okay, I think you can add probably one more slicer here. Let's add one more slicer for the years. So I'm going to bring in the year. Let's see how that will look like. Let's see how it will look like. If it doesn't look too good, we can take it out. Okay, format, if we values, no, I don't want slider. Okay, it's not really looking like what I want. Okay, so I'll just leave it out. Okay, so I'll just leave it. But you can actually, okay, you can even do something like this here. But you have to make sure that you format it properly. All right, you format the slicer like we did here. All right, so that you can select for each year. Okay, and see the breakdown for each of the years. All right, so you can see the breakdown of the dashboard for the year 2021. All right, so boss, for me, I'm going to take it out from here. I'm going to take it out. Okay, so guys, and that is basically the end of the project. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a like. Okay, if you have any question, one question or the other, drop it in the comments. Okay, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we are going to be uploading more videos like this. Okay, so you can see how we started the project from data transformation. We started with what? Understanding our data. Okay, then we went ahead and worked on data transformation. We designed the background of our dashboard. in PowerPoint, imported it into Power BI, and then we also wrote some code. Okay, created some measures. Okay, using DAX. This code so-called DAX. Okay, and that is basically it for this project. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, alright, and then drop a comment in case you have any question concerning this video, alright, concerning the project. Okay, so guys, take care.